You know, it's here that I realized that as I'm getting ready to record something else, I didn't get something checked off, partly because I was taking care of animals in real life, and animals can be, and animals can be sometimes cute, but you still have to respect them because they can be quite the ferocious beasts. But as we hit quick play to at least randomize things, Kathak Scars character exclusive, but really we're replacing Scars with Commoner and Jury. So Jury character exclusive, Commoner Kathak, question mark. I need to remember the order in which I'm doing that. But we're going to do a Commoner run. Probably only one, maybe two, we'll find out. But as we actually get into this Kathak Commoner character exclusive Jury run, yeah, not much else to say. Just still planning to do some more Commoner over Yumiko, because, well, I know I haven't done as many Commoner runs on stream or through videos, or maybe I have, let me know. Takushi-san, no, I just feel like I haven't. Knowledge, second encounter, strength, second mystery, and maybe a dexterity check? But we're gonna focus strength here, because strength is pretty cool on this current version, and if it's not, well, feel free to let me know. I say as I nearly accidentally switched to the Illegal Den, which does not carry the things I want. We do have 6 perception, but I think I'm going to gamble on, I was going to say I would still, that's not correct. I probably want to leave things at Legal Den, but for the moment, this run at least, we're going to do the hardware store. But we have Kana, we have Bulletin, and Arms, Ward, and Recluse. So, immediately into these two, Recluse and Ward right after Eels. Unfortunately, we do not have the, hold on. Oh, my face! We do not have the Illegal Den, which will present some issues, but not the most. I'm actually going to use the checkbook twice still. And what we get is what we get. Unfortunately, we're on Commoner backstory, so we don't get to do as much. But, as we get no other... I could have used the Carpenter Hammer. Normally, you're supposed to choose the Carpenter Hammer there, for consistency's sake. I choose the Shovel because I want to. But otherwise, we'll do our best. In Recluse and in Ward, we shouldn't... Well, in Recluse, we're not going to be losing as much Doom. But in Ward, we may lose more Doom. We'll have to find out, though. Mainly because the Branded Like Cattle event just adds a bunch of Doom to you. 4% Doom, and I think 8% Horror. Which the entire point of Jury, except for, again, we're on Commoner. So, in a way, it doesn't matter. Basically, I want to save my Doom so that I can buy cigarettes by using the checkbook, and therefore improving my odds in combat. But for the moment, with 5 strength, we can do a prep strong, and that's pretty cool for now. Considering that, and I know it's going to sound like I'm dunking on fast weapons here, but I'm not, I swear, that fast weapons can get a chance to do, 3 damage 3 times for 9 damage. Yeah, being able to prep strong for 9, pretty cool, except I can't brace. But that's a whole different issue. Now, unfortunately, right now we don't have Kana with us, but them's what happens when I eat it in the face. In fact, I could have thrown the empty bottle there. But unless I lose the bath pretty much after this first mystery here, we should be okay. We're on Kathak, so we couldn't run anyway. And yeah, not much else to it. Jury on Commoner, this is one of the runs I was looking for playing on Commoner, is to get Jury, just to showcase how actually pretty average it can be, but you do lose out on leveling up very, very quickly. But by that same notion, because for those who don't know at all anything about Jury or World of Horror at all, there's no negative effects, really, of getting the horror caught up to you, aside from your experience being set to 0, which is supposed to be a big part of the negatives to getting 100% horror progress, but Commoner cancels that out immediately, so you don't even need to think about it as much. By the way, I just realized I took Recluse with 6 Reason. We should still be okay. Because I think we get to 2-turn the roommate here with 4 Knowledge. And if not, we can throw this empty bottle and guarantee it. I feel pretty confident that the Shovel breaks a threshold here in terms of if you have at least 4 Knowledge, using the Shovel gets you 5 damage per sever, which is pretty cool. So, yeah, that's all I have to say. Otherwise, if I were really exploiting the game's bugs for all of it was worth, if it weren't already patched out, nice 10 roll on luck, by the way, you could use the stuff toy and get rid of Jury's horror curse, but that's obviously a bug. So, even when it was available, when I was at least doing recordings and streams, I try not to do that. But anywho. Otherwise, keeping a way to heal curses is pretty cool, and yeah, we can two-shot this encounter here if I need to. Fortunately, we have Kana, so we don't need to. But I think for the sake of reason here, I'm gonna do it. Otherwise, alternatively, I should have used that on the Time Warper, which I think is my second encounter, funny enough. So yeah, if nothing else, I remember my second encounter definitely, but at the same time, not really much to think about. I forgot to get the handcuffs, didn't I? Well, we might run from the friend here. That's perfectly fine. Commoner really doesn't do that much for you Doom-wise directly. Indirectly it does, because obviously if you take any damage that you could have avoided by leveling up, whether that's increasing your strength or stats by 1, whether it is getting a perk like Fast Swimmer, Adrenaline, Core Strength, and in some cases even Elusive, then yes, indirectly, Commoner does still deal some doom to you indirectly. And we did get branded, but hey. Branded like cattle. I think it says something different now, but anywho. We get the dullness, so never mind, all is forgiven. Commoner nearly doesn't matter anymore, now that we run into the dullness, and this is what I mean by some general things, even though you can consider this an exploit. Even without this encounter, though, I would argue you have a good chance of surviving this run. Granted, the shovel was probably not the best choice, but it's what I chose for now. Nothing really much else to speak on as I go through here. I promise I have more interesting stories when I have a reason to talk about them. And by by other stories or real... What did I say? Oh my goodness, I'm blabbering on for too long. Basically, I'll speak more about myself as this channel continues. But for the moment, yeah, let's just focus on this dullness. Not really much else to do, though. We're just gonna prep strong with the shovel. So yeah, I'm looking at this cup of juice sitting right next to me, and I'm like, should I drink this right now? No better time, right? If I'm not, unless I'm doing only one run, maybe, then I can just tough it out. But for the moment, and then yes, I said before the stream, I was also admiring how cute animals can be, specifically dogs. But when dogs sometimes lie on the ground to take a break or sleep, they look pretty cute in my opinion. To that end, I trust cats a lot less, but I can play around with the cat as well. So, yeah. Basically, it's hard to find an animal I don't like. Heck, I'll even point at a spider and say it's pretty cute. But at the same time, yeah, I'm not gonna let a spider crawl on me. In fact, if I suddenly found a spider crawling on me from the corner of my vision, or felt it, then I would kind of get spooked for a moment. And even more spooked if, said animals, or in this case spider, was poisonous. But from what I know, there aren't any too harmful animals around me. Obviously, no matter where you live, there's probably going to be a harmful animal of some sort, but for the most part, if you have common logic and you take preventative measures, unless you're doing something that forces you to kind of engage with more dangerous animals, then I mean that I can't give you any advice because I'm just a guy who plays video games. So hey, I mean, but meanwhile, while we have the shovel, we can dig out these funds, and off we go. We get an infected wound, so be it. If we get flashbacks, though, we are dead. Even before we can use the stuffed toy to get rid of the flashbacks curse. So let's hope for the best, right? I might be able to fight this encounter, this boss, but feel like the answer to that question is no. But let's calculate and see. We can take out. Okay, we can two-shot this encounter. I could have one-shotted if I grabbed the handcuffs. I forgot to, so that's on me. But goes to show how, while Commoner can be a bit tricky to figure out, if you know what you're doing, you can still get a very consistent win rate. I believe, anyway. Otherwise, on the other end of the spectrum, you are still gambling on RNG to some extent, as we get 60% Doom moving into our 4th mystery. So actually, we're not doing so great, but My next question to myself is whether or not I can grab a pack of cigarettes to help me out. Because, yeah, Bulletin Arms is, gonna be a recipe for disaster. Bulletin because of so much Doom, and Arms because of a boss fight. But let's find out, shall we? So, yeah, we're gonna put the police patrols in the downtown area. And I'm gonna check these vending machines really quickly to see if I can buy a pack. And then after that, we just walk forward. If we take damage, we're gonna take reason damage specifically. Like here. So that we are more prepared for Arms, where we are likely to fight a boss, knowing my RNG. Otherwise, it's 50-50, or it should be 50-50. Otherwise, I don't know why I tried to roll on that. I was like, maybe I can get funds back. I mean, I had funds. I don't know why. Shovel. But anywho, you get a camp dog for our trouble, which actually does allow us to grab a more items to throw, like a brick. But as you've noticed, I haven't smoked the pack of cigarettes yet. I think we have Takshisan, and if we do, then I want to make sure that our cigarettes will last up until Takshisan. Not that I really need it to, but considering I can't increase my strength, our prep keep in mind our prep strong for a shovel perfectly hits 200 time units, which means if we get into nicotine withdrawal, we will not be able to prep strong anymore. But let's visit this forest a second time and get this done. Now, we are slowly dying still, regardless of the fact that we tried not to trade off stamina, but them's the breaks. So let's find out. Can I one-shot this? I can get pretty close. In fact, we do. Now, I didn't need to throw the brick, but it's what I had in my inventory. It's not like I can visit my storage right now, so... Because if I had a broken bottle or a branch instead of that brick, I would have been able to defeat that anyway. But, again, that's what happens. Moving on, though. At this point, around here I should be using the cigarettes. Depends on how lucky I feel. And in fact, we're going to take the steak just to get more stamina healing. I'm trying to think. I think well, it depends on the cigarette RNG, and by that I mean, when we use these cigarettes, I'm gonna hope to get at least 13 cigarettes. We did not, so, hopefully Takshisan is close by in the lighthouse. Otherwise, we are gonna be in a little bit of trouble. We do get a rock ring for stuff, and in fact, we do want to equip that, so let's open up this storage and equip this rock ring really quickly. But we also have 15 damage on demand, so anything we run into should be near one-shot, save for bosses. Unless Kadak wants to bite us again, and therefore it's kind of good that we didn't go for the army knife. But we did have Ward, so we also needed the hospital pass. But we'll do our best. The run's not over yet. We have 77% Doom. It's not exactly low, but it's not really high either, so we still have a good chance to survive. Now, our cigarettes may run out. I forgot to check if Takshisan was close by in the lighthouse, but hey, there's our second infected wound, and the moment we get a third one is when I need to make a beeline for the hospital. Because otherwise, we could die to zero statting. But in the meanwhile, we'll still do yeah, I think I still plan to do 2 runs here. Maybe I should not have taken that Doom, but too late now. Well, I mean, we could fight this. There's no reason to, though. I mean, we're forced to fight it, but what I'm trying to say is, yeah, unless I one-shot this, which I can do, my issue is what happens when we run to the boss, but I don't really have the luxury to think about that when we're taking 3 reason damage. So, well, off we go. We'll grab these handcuffs, we'll grab this, the steak, and take everything else out. I don't remember if you can get any items through apartment investigations at the moment, but we'll try our best. Considering we might be taking a lot of stamina damage, we're gonna try to hope for reason loss. That was STE, but I promise you it could have been bad. And let's lose some funds. Could have grabbed another pack of cigarettes, but we'll see. I would like to actually pass this, but we don't because we rolled a 9. Well, hey. And into Timeline B we go. So, my first question is, what can we do? We can throw this broken bottle, and that's pretty much it. I think we just fight this pretty much normally. Yeah, we can't really do much else. The power value is so high that we're not getting much done. So, and we don't even get to do a lot with the desperate action, because we can desperate prep attack, but we can't desperate prep strong. So we get 12 damage, right? 12 damage? Yeah, 12 damage. At some point I do want to brace, but we're still getting a lot of damage dealt per damage taken. But, yeah, this is not great. We need to hit both of these kicks to do something cool. Okay, good. My next question is if we survive the lighthouse, but that'll depend on if we keep our bath. And not getting things. And yeah, we did lose Bath, by the way. That was, I was gonna say time skip as well, but that would have helped out. So let's make sure what we're losing here. Well, let's make sure of what we're losing here. Takshisan first, so we don't have to worry about that. 3 stamina, 6 stamina, and 9 stamina. So we might just die here. I think we... Do we die here? We might just die here. So let's find out for sure. We shouldn't really doom out, but the problem is we want to one-shot Takshisan. I don't think I can even rest enough here to do it. 2, 3... No, we can't. We can trade off Reason. That's the best thing we can hope for, but I don't think it's going to be enough still. Because we would have needed more Reason, but... We swing really hard, and then maybe handcuff? Yeah. Now, I was supposed to trade off Reason as well, but that wasn't going to happen either. Not with how much space I had, because then we would have only been able to heal up to 8 stamina, and we still would have died. So, Time Warper, funny enough, and that doesn't matter, unfortunately, because I die. Pretty sure. We have Kana, we have things, and that's about it. And we died of stamina, so that's pretty unfortunate. Well, into next run we go. Definitely could have prevented that. I think there were some minor mistakes I did that basically adds up. But as we get Zektas, character exclusive Kyrie, that's going to be a heck of a commoner run, but let's see if we can rush this. So that's... Zektas commoner is one of the not great ones at all, but we'll do our best. So as we get into Zektas commoner character exclusive Kyrie, the name of the game here is just to rush as fast as we can, because we will die at 84% Doom, some characters at 63%, but you get the point. Second, Charisma, Light, Knowledge, Strength, and Takshisan, so we're losing 5 Reason, 6 Stamina, and possibly 3 Doom, but we'll see. We're just going to set a Legal Den, because we're just going to make a straight beeline for whatever. If we get Scissors, we're going to gamble on Scissors. If we don't get Scissors, so be it. If we get Book of Gore, that's going to certainly help, but only so much as RNG allows, especially, you know, RNG for injuries taken and RNG for what mysteries we have. We do have Scissors, we also see Ward, Mermaids, Metamorphosis, and Nails. So we can run from Ward. Do I want to? No, but we're literally on a timer, because normally through Zektas, unless we get Zektas defense, but let's see how many we get. If you don't get any, you just have to hope, as we get no Curse Scissors either, and just a clap into 4 bows. Yeah, you gotta hope that thing... I was gonna say something specific. I forgot what I was gonna say now. I'm too focused on Zektas. But either way, yeah, we're fighting against the clock, because... Oh, okay, so I think that's what I was gonna say. So on a non-commoner run with Zektas, you're normally trying to level up to increase your stats to at least 5. But, you know, sometimes the game just says, yeah, I'm not going to give you that. So basically, we will have to hope the game gives us strength. Otherwise, we don't really have a lot of things to work with. In fact, I'm even going to do that, because I might just work with kicks the whole run. I'm basically playing how most people would play consistently, is what I'm trying to say. But we're going to clap 4 bows here. The game just gives that to me, so it saves me time. And as you see here, even on Harbinger, yeah, you can do Scissors with just like 4 to 6 to 8% Doom. The unfortunate part of that is that as we do clap bows alternatively for ghost encounters, is that we don't normally have a good weapon in that case, which means we take a lot of pain. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, we're supposed to heal. I'm going crazy. Wards, Nails, Metamorphosis. So this is as best as we're gonna get. So funny enough, we take the harder bosses first. I was in the History Club once. Okay, well, that's gonna help. That'll definitely help. And away we go. Now, that means I should be taking off the thingamajiggy, as I accidentally was downtown again, but hopefully we can lower Doom. No, we cannot, because luck is nothing, so we'll do our best. Yeah, I gotta look for perception checks. I didn't even remember that was perception, but keeping in mind we have 9 perception for the moment is the important part. But yeah, this bat isn't really doing me any favors either for the moment. And Cadence is, you know, a relatively easy encounter, so the fact that I'm taking any damage here at all is not great, but not really much else I can do at the moment. You know what? I think I actually want the. I think I'm actually gonna cast the Ghostly Sphere spell a couple times. Now, preferably, I'd like to cast it no more than twice, so that I can keep 7 max stamina, or yeah, 7 max stamina. But it'll depend. We don't get any experience, so no point rolling anything there. Just the rules of engagement. Into a Puppet Matron fight. We can run from this. Do I want to run from this? Yeah, the answer is yes. So there goes Doom, there goes 1 point in every stat, and off we go. The good news is we'll usually always be able to prep strong. The bad news is that's not going to be enough for this encounter. We have Ghostly Spear, and we also have Book of Gore, but I don't want to rely on Book of Gore as my go-to I need to survive thing. But at the same time, if we have no other options, like, I just have to do my best. I could also gamble on 70%. You know what? All things considered, with my luck being Zektask Commoner, let's find out. Never mind, it's not enough. I should have thrown the win bet. Oh, hey, the stamina bug. That's what I was really afraid of. So I guess I'll see you next time. Oh my goodness, I really shouldn't do this. I should do a salty run back, but I guess I'm just...